the toe jam? That's nasty. Do you proudly eat ass, don't you?
You're recording already, huh? Let's go!
I asked you a question, buddy.
Let's go! What's going on, guys? He couldn't get me. He's mad.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Outlier podcast. Episode number, I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark, 59. I'm probably off, but let's say that. Anyways, yeah, bro, answer my question. You eat ass, right?
That's personal, brother.
That's a yes.
I don't even think people want to know that. It is episode
59.
58. You were
Damn,
close.
I was
Off by
close.
one.
Yeah.
73 views. What's up, guys? Damn.
Yeah, the last one did pretty well, but I think it's because you guys were interested on who got cheated on. Let me know if you guys were surprised. You know? Did you guys expect Roger to be the one to be cheated on or not?
For all I know, I could have been cheated on.
You just didn't know.
I told you I suspect that I could have been cheated on my first girlfriend. Did I ever tell you that? I did tell you that. You probably just didn't remember.
Nah, you didn't. I don't remember in that conversation.
Yeah, she went away for college. We were both supposed to go away for college. Something happened with my application. I ended up staying home. She went. She got this brand new group of guy friends. I mean, not guy friends. Sorry, brand new group of friends, including two guys. Right. So it was like probably like 8 of them or something like that. But they would hang around each other in each other's dorms all the time. And I wasn't jealous. Like I was like, at the time I was like, didn't care. I much cared about video games. Yeah. But what ended up happening?
That's like around the time we met, right?
Yeah, that is around the time we met.
10 years ago, by the way.
For sure. Yeah. And what ended up happening was she broke up with me for like 2 weeks. And I remember before her like kind of blocking me on Snapchat, she was hanging around this one dude a lot, like on her Snapchat. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And he was like always coming around to the dorms. That's really all I have. There's nothing too deep. Like I didn't catch her with anything, but come on, bro. You know, I'm smart enough to know if a girl's gonna take a break, bro.
Something probably happened in between.
Something probably happened.
Yeah.
She never come back. We ended up getting back together. She wanted to get back with me, and then we ended up dating for like another year. But she never confessed anything.
Yeah, you probably got cheated on, dude.
Low key?
Low key?
Low key though.
Welcome to the club though. Low key.
Nah, I wasn't all heartbroken like you though.
That's because you weren't in love. You wanted to play video games and peel your foreskin back. That's what you were
because it wasn't a for sure thing.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna do the hot seat questions. I have one that's kind of iffy, but we'll start off with yours. Do you have one, or is it more of a question?
I do. Yeah. So actually, I was on stream. We were watching the podcast, the Outlier podcast,
on stream.
And on stream, yeah, they were interested, and for some reason, I have a few teenagers that always bring up the issue of dating. Right? They're always having dating issues, picking up chicks and stuff like that. They wanted us to talk about what are red flags in women.
Like,
what is one thing you're like talking to a chick? What are some red flags you're like, no, immediate no?
If she initiates the sexual part first.
Really?
Yeah. So like, for instance, if you're just doing like, you know, normal small talk texting and stuff, like getting to know each other, and then she's kind of the one that like starts the freaky stuff, you know, that's a huge turnoff for me. That's a red flag.
Really? Yeah. Now, why is that? Get deeper. I know what you're thinking, but for the people listening,
usually women don't do that. For those of you that don't know, women usually do not do that. So when they do that, for me, that's a promiscuous girl, a 304. They call them.
Yeah, a promiscuous girl, and usually it means that she's just trying to have like maybe a one night stand. You're probably not the only person that she's doing that with.
Yeah.
Because a girl that wants a long-term relationship will usually make you wait. You know what I mean? They'll play innocent in the beginning, whatever. They'll let you throw a few moves in, and then they'll kind of, once the ice has broken, they'll start to interact in that way. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. That was interesting. You and I have talked about this several times personally about how if a girl's like extremely sexually active or just extremely promiscuous,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty much a red flag. Like if that's one of their priorities, having a lot of intercourse and a lot of sexual activity, it's usually leads to a red flag for us.
Oh yeah, that's just with like impulse control, right? Like
Exactly.
you can't, if you can't limit yourself in that category, then that's a huge red flag. Even for men, I think, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Right. Yeah, let's not just subject it to men, but yeah, and people will say like, "Oh, why? Just because somebody enjoys having a lot of sex, that doesn't mean that they're just, not capable of commitment." And that's not really that actually that could be like a sub thing to it, but what it really means is that this person, like you said, has no really impulse control. They act upon instant gratification more often, and it's just kind of
That's
it
a
shows a lot to their integrity and character and stuff like that.
no, yeah, it's a lack of discipline for me. Those people are
Mm.
usually like don't work out, don't really super lazy type people. They just like the easy gratification. Fucking eat
Battle
like
money,
shit. Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. What's another red flag?
Um, I don't know. Give me one while I think of one.
Yeah, for sure. I think a big red flag for me is that they have male best friends or
Mm.
like too many male friends. Girls that have male friends, it's just a no for me. It's just, especially if they're not willing to discard them once you're in a relationship.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Huge red flag. Hey, listen, a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. It's just, that's just the truth, man.
That's a good saying because that is true actually. Women that it sucks because women do not see that, but us as men, we see that 100%. That's like the guys sticking around in the hopes that one day, just one day, there's a little chink in the armor and they get to execute. But
100%.
they'll never admit that. There's gonna be guys out there that are like, no, that's not true. We could be friends and all that. But they
Yeah,
won't admit it because they're in a situation like that right now. So they're.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, I see you like a sister,
yeah.
but when you're clapping them cheeks,
And I see you like a stepsister. That's what they see you as.
that exactly. Somebody that we play with Fortnite, which we rarely do now, but whenever we do play with him, his chick now,
It's
he
just,
was in that position where, oh, she's my friend, and
yeah.
she was dating somebody else, and like, oh yeah, that's my best friend, and now guess what? They're dating, and
And then he came out with like this big post, if I'm correct, talking about how like I've always wanted her from the beginning type shit, right?
exactly, yeah,
So he only
exactly.
admitted it after he won,
Mm-hmm.
which is what all these guys that don't agree are doing right now. But
Hundred
yeah,
percent.
no, yeah, that's a good red flag. I agree with that one.
What
And
about this one? What about signs of ungratefulness, such as to pay for things, expecting you to open the door for them? Things like basically, you know what chivalry means, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for those of you listening that don't know what that means, that's basically old-fashioned way of being a gentleman, such as opening the door, being respectful, paying, and things like that. Now, I have no problem with that, especially the people that were raised that way. But I do think that it needs to come with some type of gratefulness from the other end, right? Like some acknowledgement, because there is a lot of girls out there that kind of just, oh, that's expected. And they just kind of give off this, those girls, like they give out those snobby type of vibes,
Mm.
spoiled type of vibes.
No, yeah, I agree. that's a huge red flag when you like open the door for someone and they don't even like look at you or acknowledge it. They just walk in and they don't say thank you, nothing. Like that's the worst right there, because that's like an entitlement they have, which is
Exactly.
like nowadays men don't really do that anymore. Like I know lots of girls that talk about how they pick up the guy for the date, and they pick up the
Yeah.
guy and they're the ones driving back and forth and they're the ones driving. I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, how are you with a guy like that? That's not a turn off for you? But I guess not. I guess girls nowadays are used to that, you know?
Well, it might be what seems like girls are actually driving themselves away from chivalry as well. It's like a lot of girls say, "Oh, we want a guy with chivalry and stuff like that," but they also want to be the male relationship. They want to be acting independent. So I feel like they're okay with picking a guy up and stuff like that because they're trying to be this bad independent chick.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. But if you're a woman that wants chivalry, you can't have it both ways. You can't be, the masculine one and also be treated like, it just doesn't work like that. So
Interesting.
you,
Same thing, vice versa, though, right? Like if a guy wants a traditional woman,
you can't be
you
a
can't.
pussy.
Yeah, yeah. You can't
Nah.
be having her pay half of the stuff and you know things
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah,
So
100%. Anyways, that was is that enough red flags? I think that's enough, right?
that's enough red flags. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my hot seat question. My hot seat question is, I was having a conversation with a coworker of mine. We were just talking about high school and like, just small talk like that. And he mentioned how so many of his old high school male teachers eventually ended up dating prior students. So once they graduated and were of age, they would come back to the school and visit, right? Did you ever get those girls that just came to visit the teacher? Or no? Was that just
Yeah.
yeah, anyways, so he would say that like most of these women that he would see were actually dating the teacher now and would like hang out and
Mm.
stuff. And so my question is like, even though under the eyes of the law, I guess that's is that okay? Right?
Yeah, as long as they're of age. Yeah.
And like not being taught by them, right? Then it's fine.
I don't. No,
Because
I don't
no,
even.
because I think professors like in college get in trouble for dating students.
Maybe with the college, not by law. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyways, do you think like for instance, if a teacher is found out to be dating a prior student that is of age, do you think that teacher should be allowed to continue working as a teacher?
Yeah, I think so.
Because like you gotta realize that this teacher did see, like, even though the teacher's probably gonna claim, no, I didn't see that student in that way, whatever, but now that they're 6 months older, it's it makes no sense to me. So it's a touchy thing. You as a parent,
Yeah,
I feel like, should have the best insight, because eventually your kid is gonna be in a situation where they're under the eyes of a adult, that
yeah,
could do that.
yeah, for sure. It might be different than when I have a baby girl, right? But
Yeah.
as of now, I kind of feel like that's okay. I mean, she's of the age of like, she can give consent and stuff like that. I really don't see a problem with it. And especially because women are programmed hypergamous, right? Like women want the alpha male. Women want the guy that has their shit together, right? And
Is that
so they're
what is
sitting
that
in a
what hypergamous means?
hypergamous basically means they date upwards in every type of social status, meaning wealth, health,
Height.
structure, height, yes, height, all that stuff. So
Weight.
and so you can just imagine who's basically at the top of the hierarchy in the classroom. You know what I mean? Who's calling the shots? Who's moving? So I think that it's just natural. I've heard of so many girls that I went to school with. Oh, this teacher's hot. This teacher's hot. I knew of a girl that was sleeping with one of the soccer coaches.
Oh no, yeah. There was a huge scandal with the track coach, and at my school he ended up like getting caught with a 16-year-old or something. that was on the track team, and so that was like a huge thing. But it's actually pretty common, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty sad. You know, these guys are trusted with kids. That's someone's daughter. You know, like imagine being the dad finding that out. Like, damn, you want to beat some ass.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's getting weird in the 21st century,
But
right?
you
Because
know what's like? Look at Leonardo DiCaprio. He dates like 18 and 19-year-olds, and that dude's like 50, right?
mm,
And that's, I mean, they make fun of him, right? But it's like accepted because he's a star, right? But if he was like some janitor, right? Then that's fucking, it makes it weirder, less acceptable, right?
but I think that's only in the West, bro. Like everywhere in the East, if you're some type of like king or like rich man on the East, bro, they only date young women. Even in our history, bro, once women hit a certain age, those guys that were at the top, they don't date them. And if you really want to get like spicy with it, bro, they're getting girls in straight off of puberty, 14, 15, 16. You know what I'm talking about? So to talk about 17 and 18-year-olds, it might be weird in
It,
that sense here in the West,
uh-huh.
but I feel like that's only here in the West, here in America. You're not gonna see that on the East.
So I guess my ultimate question is that, do you think that's a trustworthy person, that teacher?
Yeah, as long as you didn't I don't want to say that word. So, as long as he didn't do anything without consent, then yeah.
Okay.
I would probably still be like,
But
man, this guy was just eyeing her down the whole time.
you
You,
would
know
you
what
would
I mean?
at
But
the very least look at that person differently, right?
a little differently for
Yeah,
sure,
because
right?
I feel
Because
like teachers specifically have a sense of innocence. You know, it's like the classic thing when you see your teacher outside of school. It's like so weird because you look at them as such a different way. You know, so I think
Yeah.
that whole power dynamic is what makes it weird, right? Is that
Mm.
that person was in charge of you at one point, almost like a babysitter, kind of, you know, and now they're peeling your muffin cap back blue. So it's a little weird.
Bro, I have a lot of teachers and coaches that come up to me now, and they're just regular ass people, and they talk to me like a regular person. Like, man, you grown up so
Mm.
to be I've gotten messages actually on Messenger saying, we're so proud of the guy that you become and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of weird. But when I see him on the street,
You dab
they
them
like
up.
approach. Yeah, I dab them up. They approach me like a regular person, and it does feel kind of weird, but yeah.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Well, that's all for the hot seat questions we're going to jump into. So, today we're actually recording this on Saturday. Later on tonight, there's the UFC event. So, we're going to give let's just do like 3 fight predictions because honestly, the rest of the cards, actually, it's not that bad. All right. So, Pereira versus Adesanya, 2. Who do you got? I have Pereira by knockout, round 2. Calling it right now.
Damn, round two?
Round 2, knockout.
Bro, I'm putting my money. I don't know why. I just feel like we have been going. There's been a recent trend in the UFC where there's been crazy upsets recently.
Uh-huh.
And although I think Alex Pereira is the better bet, I'm feeling Izzy this fight, bro.
Well, Izzy's actually
He's the favorite.
he's a favorite, yeah.
He's
So
the favorite.
you're going with Izzy?
I'm going with Izzy. I don't know why.
That's
a part
a
of me,
fair choice.
a part of me wants him to win just because if he loses, he's irrelevant. Like nobody's gonna care about him anymore. So kind of him winning will spice up that division a little bit more. But bro, he's too cringy for me, bro. You see him pull up with a dog collar?
Yeah, he was wearing a dog collar and a skirt. And you know,
Dude.
I was shocked to find out that he's actually like he's probably like the second most popular UFC fighter next to Connor.
Yes, sir.
He has like almost 8 million followers on Instagram. Jorge Masvidal has like 3, which is like another huge name, right?
Yeah.
Nate Diaz has like 6 million, so he's like beating all the. Yeah, he's more popular than Nate. Like I don't know how that makes sense. Like because he's known for having these I guess boring fights from time to time, you know. But I think it's like all the antics he does, the collar, the skirt, all that stuff. But
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
all right, oh shit, I wasn't even looking at the card with my stupid ass. Did you click on the card? All right, Gilbert
Yeah.
Burns or Jorge Masvidal?
Burns by. I think Burns destroys Masvidal.
Um,
I think Masvidal retires at the. Oh, he said he was gonna retire actually
Gilbert Burns
if
is
he
the favorite,
loses
so
by a large margin, bro.
I think
490.
nah, yeah, I think Gilbert takes it too, but I don't know. I feel like George is super focused this time, but he's old, bro. I think he's like 38 or 39. Like
Yeah.
I don't think he has that dog in him like he used to. So I'm gonna say Gilbert.
Yeah. Same here.
So,
What about the next one?
Rob Font. I don't really give a shit about that fight, honestly.
I don't really care too much, but I have seen Giannis, and I like what I saw. So I've never seen Font fight though. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
apparently a lot of people are saying that's gonna be fight of the night because it might be a brawl or something, but we'll see. I don't give a shit about either guy, but hopefully it's a good fight.
The
Kevin
next one's
Holland
good.
or Santiago Ponzinibbio. I
I'm gonna
got.
go Holland, bro.
I'm gonna go Santiago because Holland's
You,
just getting his ass beat lately.
he has, bro, but he does have some dog in him though.
Yeah, I just looked at him differently ever since he got manhandled by Hamza in the first
That's
round,
fair.
bro.
That's
Like
fair.
I was just like, damn, this guy he
That's
doesn't have
fair.
it. All right, last one. Let's do. Actually, damn.
Have some Squidward.
Raul Rosas Jr., which is 18, I believe, or 19 now. Youngest UFC fighter to ever fight in the UFC versus Christian Rodriguez. Christian is the favorite.
No, he's not. Rosas is the.
Oh,
Favorite.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Rosas is the favorite.
Mhm.
I'm going Raul Rosas.
I'm going Raul too. I don't even know who the other guy is, to be honest.
Nah, I think they're giving him like they're trying to build him up, you know.
For sure, they're protecting him a little bit.
Yeah. All right, last one. Let's do Chris Curtis, Kelvin Gastelum. I want Kelvin to win, so I'm gonna go
Want Kelvin to win too, bro.
Do you know?
I do, bro. I like him, even though he doesn't look like a fighter, low key.
Nah, I know. He's he's actually like a natural 155er, but he just loves to eat because you could tell when he steps in the, or I think welterweight. He's a natural welterweight, something like that. But he just doesn't want to diet, so he just fights these bigger people. But he's also Mexican, so that's part of the reason why rooting for my boy.
For sure. I also want for the next fight. You don't even have to open the card for this. I want Michelle Watterson for that fight. I'm a big fan.
I don't know
of her.
Why is she hot?
The karate hot mama. Go look her up on the IG.
Michelle Watterson.
Yeah, the picture doesn't do her justice though. She kind of looks butch.
The other girl looks hotter.
Luana?
Yeah, Luana, bro.
No way, brother.
You don't think she's hot?
Who's soccer mom?
Bro, that's the best. The soccer moms with the minivans and the Capri Suns. Come on now.
No way. Anyways,
all right. The last thing I want to talk about today is there's a Spanish actress who just had a surrogate baby with her son's sperm. What do you think about that?
So this one you're gonna need to provide a little bit more information because when you told me that initially, I was like, "What the hell?" Because I thought maybe that they had an intimate relationship and maybe she couldn't have kids or something like that. So that, they got his sperm, had somebody else carry the baby, but that's not the case.
Yeah. So apparently, I was reading the article. Honestly, it's hard to trust articles now because there's so many different stories out there. But the one I read said that apparently she or her son passed away, and she used some of his sperm to have a baby with his DNA and her DNA from a surrogate. So I guess it's more like trying to keep her son alive type of thing. But to kind of do it with her DNA, it's kind of
So it's
weird,
like it's
right?
her egg, right? Her
Yeah.
egg, his sperm. Yeah, I definitely see it. It's a little bit weird in that case, but do you know what ethnicity they are?
Nah, it just says Spanish actress. I don't know.
Oh, Spanish actress. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Hispanics are pretty like crazy when it comes to, like I said, like I mentioned off cam, um, legacy and bloodline and stuff like that. So maybe it's important for her that the bloodline continues or something like that. That's really the only justification that I can give, because any other
especially
scenario.
especially if that was her only son, right? Like
Hmm.
if he's the only one that could have continued the lineage, then that makes sense. But to do it with her egg, that's the part that's weird, right? That I don't know if
That
I
is
would.
true.
Yeah, like she could have done it with just on surrogate, right? Like have a random
But I
person.
don't know, bro, because what, maybe there was a risk that the mom, the egg,
Uh-huh.
was going to like take that baby and not want anything to do with the family, maybe give it a different name, you know.
Mm,
So,
I don't know how the
so
fuck
it'll
that
probably
works.
defeat the purpose. I really don't know. That's a very interesting thing. I would like a follow up to that, but that one's interesting.
No,
I don't
yeah.
know.
So obviously the internet's going off on her, just saying how weird that is and everything. But I mean, I feel like it's just a mom that's super, misses her son type stuff. But I don't think she really thought about in the way that it looks. She just kind of was like, oh, like I'm gonna continue my DNA.
Yeah.
But she didn't really like look at it in that way. So I feel like it was a huge like missed by her. Like she didn't really look at it that way, which is crazy,
She's
right?
probably upset that it's getting as much publicity as it is, you know what I mean? Maybe she
Yeah.
wanted it low key,
Mm,
kind of leaked out.
yeah. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think about that because it's kind of controversial. Anything else you want to add, brother? You want to plug your little reaction channel with two
Little? Come
little?
on now.
You're only at 2,000 subscribers, bro. That's just tiny.
Yeah. Itty bitty in comparison to what y'all see in 2024. Yeah, so Roger Reacts on YouTube. I have 2.24 thousand subscribers on YouTube right now, guys. It is blowing up. I'm super excited to see what we're gonna get to by the end of this year, because my goal for 2023 was to hit 1,000 subscribers. That was my goal. Started the channel in November, and by January I had my first 1,000. And so now, we're hitting it hard, bro.
You double that shit.
I doubled it,
So
yeah.
you could
So
probably even triple it by the end of this year.
I think I might get to 5K, 5 to
Damn.
6K. Yeah,
Damn.
but how fast we're growing.
That's good,
So
man.
if y'all want to be a part of it, go head over to YouTube, Roger Reacts. I also have in the community tab or the about tab, I have links to everything that y'all can find me. Instagram, Twitter, all that. Go check it out.
Yeah, he also just reacted to the full NF album. So if you're interested in that, that's kind of his most popular video. So go check that out. Give him a like, comment, subscribe. Same as here, guys. Don't forget to show this channel some love. Drop a either a would you rather or a hot seat question, and we'll answer that next week. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week again, Saturday, 11 a.m. sharp. See you guys. Peace.
Peace.